Yo, what's up YouTube? This is JamMerit coming to you today with a brand new video, boys, and today we are going to be doing the finale of Squad Doctor for the season. Let's go. Woo! So guys, welcome to another video on the channel. Now today guys, we are going to be going through the finale of Squad Doctor for the season. We may bring it back next season guys, we'll just wait and see, but most likely it will come back eventually. However guys, this is definitely going to be the last one for this current season. The reason why I say that is because the market is shutting down within less than a week, and also, you know, the season is on the verge of resetting guys, so there's no real time to continue with this series for the time being. But guys, as always, make sure you help out our fellow FIFA mobile player by giving suggestions. Also guys, let's just jump into this episode for this week. First thing, as usual though, is let's go and see who this week's winner is. So guys, we are on the same website as last week. Let's see who this week's random winner is. And this week we've got Ishfaq Shah, so let's get right into the episode. So guys, now that we've established who this week's winner is, let's get into the proceedings for today. So first and foremost guys, we have got a screenshot here of what his progress is for Biglia and Higuain. As you can see, he's still got a while to go, but it's definitely grindable within the 2 weeks. So with that in mind, guys, let's jump into the attack first and foremost. And here's the attack for this week, guys. So obviously, there's not all that much that can be changed to this. Another important thing to note is that we are working with around 2.5 million coins approximately. So we don't have the biggest of budgets either. Now, first and foremost, obviously, the Friday is going to be replaced by the Higuain eventually, so that's a given. Now, in terms of the strikers, I would keep Lacazette. Lacazette's got some nice boosts, but one thing that you could consider for your attack is potentially to get rid of Lewandowski. You could use Lewandowski for the XP trade-in if you need XP tokens for the preseason players, and then go and build Lukaku. Alternatively, you could consider maybe doing Jermaine Defoe, picking up Jermaine Defoe, the England Heroes version. But I just want to jump onto the market and check a few things regarding the Lukaku and the Defoe, and then we'll come and talk about that Hazard. So first and foremost, regarding the Lukaku, now you can easily snipe these Luna tokens for around 15 to 16, 17k. You need 30 of them for Lukaku, so you know, even if you're paying 20k a pop for these Luna tokens, you only need to invest 600k into the Lukaku for the Luna tokens, and then grind out the Retro Stars event, the silver one, to get the silver tokens, you know. Alternatively, you know, you could just go and spend some coins on packs to get the Lukaku that way, but that's definitely one thing that you could update. The thing is that it's definitely going to be cheaper to build the Lukaku from the plan. If you have a look at his price, let's just see if we can find him on the market. I think he's around like 1.4. Yeah, you can see he's around 1.4 at the lowest, maybe 1.2. No, 1.4 looks as though it's his price. So definitely, if you are wanting to update your Lewandowski to get a 97 overall with slightly better boosts, his boosts are actually maybe a bit worse or not even as good as Lewandowski's, but you know, it just gives you another card to actually go through and use for the XP if you need it, and also, you know, just get 2 overall better points in your striker. So that's something to consider. The other thing which you could consider as well is Jermaine Defoe if you do have the excess coins, but I mean, let's be honest, the best option is always going to be Lukaku. As you can see, Jermaine Defoe is 2.2 mil, maybe a bit more on your server. It really depends on what server you are in. And the boosts themselves, they're not that great, like plus 3 finishing to English. You don't have many English players in your team. Short passing is nice, but yeah, I would definitely go through and maybe do that Lukaku. Also regarding your Hazard, so your Hazard wasn't actually that highly built up, but guys, we do have a screenshot of that Hazard progress, so let's just go through and have a look at that really quickly. So guys, here's the progress on the Hazard. As you can see here, it looks as though we probably won't have enough time for him to upgrade that Hazard up to the 99 overall, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I'd just suggest maybe using the tokens in the trash plan. There's not really all that much else you can do with them. Alternatively, you could use them to create the Cam and Striker Hazard. Use those cards in other plans because they are able to be put in other plans, you know, for trade-ins, etc. So yeah, maybe just leave your Hazard at 98. Don't bother opening up coin packs or sniping elite trophies. You simply don't have enough time to upgrade him any further. So let's just jump into the midfield for today, guys. Not all that much really to change with the attack. Anyway, let's get into the midfield. So guys, here we are with the midfield. Now, obviously, ignore that Sensei because Sensei will be eventually replaced by that Big Lea. So that's not something that we need to consider in this episode. The two main areas that I want to have a look at are firstly Dani Ceballos and then secondly Inui. Now, first and foremost, we're going to talk about Dani Ceballos and then we will have a look at your options at left mid. Now, first and foremost, let's talk about that Dani Ceballos. Now, you can probably sell him for around 2 million coins, I'd say. Maybe a bit more. It just depends on how many there are on your market. As you can see, one has just been picked up for 2.2. So, try and list it multiple times if you are to take this advice. But yeah, personally, I would definitely sell Ceballos. And I would go for either Global Tour, Ericsson, or potentially, alternatively, if you do have the coins and the time, that Sigurdsson, the top transfers one, because as we saw at the start, guys, there's still a lot of time or still a lot of progress needed for that Higuain, so you will eventually get those silver top transfer tokens. Let's just have a look at the price of Ericsson really quickly. He has got really nice boosts. It may not help all that much, but I mean, what else are you going to do with your coins at this stage? You know, you may be paying an extra 500k or so, depending on how much you sell that Ceballos for an Ericsson who gives much better boosts in my opinion. Alternatively, let's just have a look at the Everton contracts. If you are to go through and do that Sigurdsson, the Everton contracts are really expensive now. They've gone up ever since the market has been announced that it is closing down. I'm pretty sure they're around 250k. Let's just see if we can find any of them at that price. They're not even at 250k, guys. Crazy, right? It's so crazy how everything's gone up. I hope that everybody who is, you know, doing top transfers has pretty much finished them. For me, luckily, like for Neymar, who I'm still, you know, grinding the silver tokens out for, I bought his PSG contracts quite a while ago, so I'm lucky in that aspect. But yeah, as you can see, the Everton ones go for around 260k, which, you know, equates to around 3 million coins if you were to go through and do that Sigurdsson, because I'm pretty sure that you require... let's just think about it. I think there's 12 contracts that you need. I'm just going to go and have a look at that. So let's just see here. So we need 1 here. So that's 1, 5, and 7. So yeah, you do need 12 Everton contracts for that Sigurdsson. So you're looking at around 3 million coins. But if you sell that Ceballos, obviously, like, you need to do this quickly because I'm predicting that the prices are just going to increase. Especially with, you know, the market availability becoming a lot more scarce. But yeah, those are two options, either Ericsson or Sigurdsson, so you make the decision on that one. Now guys, the next part that we're going to look at is obviously the left mid. We had Inui, who's a 92 overall rated left mid. It wasn't the one with the boost, guys, so ultimately there aren't all that many options. I mean, there are a ton of options, but for the budget, it's really quite slim. Now, the best one, probably, in my opinion, could be either Pedro, because, you know, if you don't decide to do that Lukaku and you decide to keep the Lewandowski, you could actually go through and do the Retro Stars plan for Pedro. Now, Pedro does have +2 ball control and +1 acceleration, who will help out your Juan Mata and your Fernando Torres because his boosts only go to Spanish players. Obviously, if you're somehow able to get more funds in a faster period of time, definitely go for his 97. But from what we've been given, like, you know, 5.5 million coins, I don't think we have the budget for that. Another one which you can consider is Douglas Costa, not Diego Costa. Douglas Costa, the Global Tour version 1. What do you guys reckon? Would you pick up Douglas Costa or Pedro? Let me know in the comments down below. Like, obviously Pedro is 1 rating higher and gives specific boosts to Spanish, whereas Douglas Costa gives +1 ball control. Costa is a bit cheaper than Pedro, you know, around 50k or so. But, you know, it's really sort of give or take. There's no real right or wrong answer, I don't feel anyway. Alternatively, you may just want to keep Inui and just open up packs. That's entirely up to you. But yeah, there's not all that many good left mid options if you don't have Dembele or Martial or even the ultimate tops Forsberg. I mean, obviously, like, there is the retro Pedro, but he's just a bit too expensive. Anyway, guys, let's just jump into the defense and then end off the video for today. Just taking one last glance at that midfield, I don't think, yeah, there's much else to change other than that Inui and that Ceballos, guys. As always, leave your comments in the section down below. And yeah, like I said, Sensei will be getting replaced by that Biglia. I mean, you could consider Matic top transfers, but if you're going to go for Sigurdsson, that's not really an option. Now, finally, guys, let's just jump into the defense. Anyway, guys, looking at the defense, like, there is not all that much you can change to it, except for one obvious thing, which is that Gelson Martins. It's not even the upgraded Gelson Martins, so let's have a look at the right wing-back options and see what we can suggest. Yeah, but other than that, like, your defense is pretty solid. So let's just jump into the market, guys, and have a look at what's available for us. So there are so many options at right wing back. I once remember when right wing back was actually a very difficult position to fulfill, but nowadays it's very, like, there's so many options. We've still got Seamus Coleman, Kyle Walker, Carvajal. Those are the main big three. Another thing that you could consider potentially if you've got the coins is this Oxlade-Chamberlain. But like as always, like, if you're going to do that Lukaku or you're going to be doing, you know, the Pedro, maybe you want to buy this Walker, you know, that's up to you. Alternatively, there is the Global Tour Carvajal, who does give +1 marking because the Easter egg or Easter Walker, his boosts are absolutely useless. They don't boost anyone apart from himself, so I don't really recommend that. So maybe it could be an option to pick up this Carvajal. Alternatively, obviously, if you do have the coins, which I don't think you do, you can pick up the 97 overall right wing back, who's an absolutely, like, crazy card. It's got such good boosts. I would probably recommend maybe the 93 Carvajal. If you want to stretch it, you know, maybe pick up this 94 Walker. He's got one better point overall, but his boosts are worthless. What do you guys reckon? Would you pick up Walker or the base Global Tour Carvajal? Alternatively, would you spend a bit more coins on Oxlade-Chamberlain? Help out our fellow FIFA Mobile player, guys. But yeah, that's all that there really is to this video. Not all that much, guys. But yeah, let's just go into his preseason progress. He did want some advice regarding this. So guys, if you could help out with that, that would be much appreciated. He is still building the Mascherano, the Fernando Torres, and also the Paul Pogba. Which of these three cards would you guys concentrate on? Make sure you leave your suggestions in the comment section down below. Personally, they're all pretty much of a muchness. They all give +3 awareness and all give a good boost of either tackling, ball control, and short passing. Maybe Mascherano is the option that you want to go for, but that's up to you. Tackling is considered to be one of the best boosts in the game. Anyway, guys, this is going to be the end of the video for today. Hopefully, I will have another video out tomorrow, if not in the weekend. And until then, this is JamMerit signing out for the day, and peace.